All right, check out our new sponsor, Greenwood Stocks. They want you to know how to be able to trade stocks and be your own boss and be free to travel the world by making passive income. We all need that passive income from stock market. What are you waiting for? Call or text 281-760-3170. If you didn't catch that, that's on your screen. Or check them out at social media, Greenwood Stocks, and catch them at Gmail, greenwoodstocktrading at Gmail, and the YouTube channel is Greenwood Stocks. Appreciate them for giving me the opportunity. Check them out. All right, Ben Simmons could be headed to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Let's talk about it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. It says Timberwolves remain interested in acquiring the 76ers star. Check out the NBA Talk playlist. Appreciate the love and support, right? It said both sides want the same thing, which is a trade of Ben Simmons out of Philadelphia. 76ers started a conversation a few weeks ago before the draft with the teams on trying to figure out which offer might be the best. I think they made some headway with some teams, but at the end of the day, they don't have a deal. I'm told they're continuing to talk to teams. Minnesota is one of the most interested teams in Ben Simmons, but the package with them will require a third team, and those deals aren't easy. So what I would expect is the climax of the situation to occur closer to the start of training camp, because that's when there's going to be pressure. Are you going to want to bring Ben Simmons into training camp? Are you going to want to try to get something done before camp? I think that's really where we're going to see all this stuff start to climax. So that was Shams. All right, Charles Twitter at Shams. So, I mean, at the end of the day, man, they need a third team because they need other assets and picks and shit like that. So I think Philadelphia might have to send somebody over there. Minnesota had to send some assets over there. But Ben Simmons is, you know, at the end of the day, they're a year late. Like I told them about the Pistons. That year they tried to make the playoffs. You know, they got swept by Milwaukee. I told people over there, I'm like, man, they should have traded Blake Griffin. He was All-NBA third team. And Andre Drummond, and they would have walked away with at least 2 first-round draft picks. Even more. And after that, Blake Griffin got injured. And he wasn't the same player. Then they only got a second-round pick for Andre Drummond. They found out he couldn't play. That's why you always sell too early, and don't be mad you didn't sell too late. You'll be mad you sold too late. That's what it is. But like I said before, they want assets, and for the most part, man, nobody want Ben Simmons. He can't fucking shoot in the league where you had to shoot. If this was like the 80s or the 90s, you probably can get away with that shit. But the way they play basketball today, everybody got to shoot. If you can't shoot, you can't be on the floor. Even if you do everything else great, pass, dribble, dunk, block, defend. If you can't shoot, you can't survive in this era. And, you know, that's just what it is. That's just what it is. And like I said before, man, Minnesota, man, they need veterans. They need veterans. And Ben Simmons will classify, but they need some veterans in there, man. And they got a good team. I mean, him and Karl-Anthony Towns work because Towns will step out. He loves stepping out, shooting the 3. But they got Patrick Beverly. That's cool. That's a great veteran to have. But they got to continue to acquire veterans. I mean, and put around those young guys. But honestly, man, don't be surprised if they don't ask for Anthony Edwards. I'm looking at their roster. I think Russell is expendable. And that's something that Philadelphia can use. Because remember, Brooklyn beat them in the playoffs, I believe it was. Other than that, you know, Philadelphia, I mean, Minnesota is sending the first-round pick for the next 3 or 4 years. They got a whole bunch of, they got 3 number 1 overall. Well, did D'Angelo Russell go number 1 overall? They got several, you know, number 1 overall, 2 number 1 overall picks, and you can't make shit shape. He was a number 2 overall. I think he was behind Ben Simmons, wasn't he? Wasn't he behind Ben Simmons? No, Karl-Anthony Towns, I think. Yeah, he was behind Karl-Anthony Towns. He was behind Karl-Anthony Towns. Yep. So they got the number 1 and 2 pick. They got the number 1 and 2 pick, right? And they got another number 1 overall pick in Anthony Edwards. So the deal probably going to involve Malik Beasley. It's probably going to involve D'Angelo Russell, Josh Okogie, or Nasri. It's going to involve several people. And a lot of picks. You know, you might see Cleveland jump in that trade. You might see Cleveland send Kevin Love, 76ers. They're another team with a ton of picks. They probably send 2 first-round picks, 1 protected. Minnesota probably gonna send 3 or 4 years of first round picks. Some protected, some not unprotected. They probably send Beasley, Russell, and maybe somebody like Taurean Prince over there, or they might see Beasley and Russell. Cleveland, they probably gonna send Sexton and Kevin Love, and that's how it's gonna be. Cleveland is gonna get Kevin Love contract off. They gonna get rid of Colin Sexton. They probably bring somebody back. I don't know. Maybe I don't know who they would bring back. But they may just get picks back. They might get a pick from Minnesota. They might get a pick from Philly, first round pick from Philly, a first round pick from Minnesota. They may give off Kevin Love, give off Colin Sexton, and probably bring somebody in. Bring somebody else in. That's probably about the deal that you're gonna see. They probably gonna bring in a 3. That's what they looking for. They probably gonna bring in a 3. You know, you look at 76ers roster. It might be a 3 or 4 man team. But you also look, they probably gonna get them a wing. They need a wing, a big wing. And you look at they roster, and shit, they got too many. You might get the Furkan Kormanta, Mavs guy. Worst come to worst, they probably get Tobias Harris. So they might even flip Andre Drummond in that deal. I doubt it. But yeah, I think you're probably looking at somebody like Andre Drummond. You probably looking at, not Andre Drummond, but Furkan Kormanta, Mavs. Probably looking at him. You're probably looking at Tobias Harris, probably be the one. I think you bring in Russell, Beasley, right? And maybe you bring in Kevin Love to the 76ers. That's probably how they go. Russell, Beasley, they bring in Kevin Love, however they make the fit. The Minnesota, they get Ben Simmons. Malik Beasley maybe head to Cleveland or some shit like that. Or Harris head to Cleveland. 76ers end up with Beasley, Russell, and Kevin Love or some shit like that. I know the salaries probably don't work, but they can find a way to work. That's probably what it's going to be. It's probably going to be something like that. Probably going to be something like that. And you might see Kevin Love on Philly. You might see Kevin Love get bought out. Kevin Love go to Philly, kind of come off the bench or something like that to be healthy. That's probably pretty much what you're going to see. That's probably what you're going to see from them. And Philadelphia, they're not going to get probably the star, but you end up with Russell. At least Russell. You end up with Russell. So you end up with Russell, Maxey, Love, Beasley if you can, and Joel. That might work. That might work. So, we'll see what happens. But honestly, man, I think I don't think Ben gonna go to 76ers, but I don't think he got no trade clause. So, what can he really say? I think Cleveland benefit with a boatload of picks. I think they get the picks. Get Minnesota picks, get some Philadelphia picks. I think that's what it's going to be. But, I mean, at the end of the day, we'll see. Ben Simmons, they might clear shit over, and he might still end up and play for Minnesota. I mean, come on. His feelings hurt, but you the one that's not getting better. You the one that's holding the team back. Had you just got a mid-range jumper, we wouldn't even be sitting here talking about you. But that is what it is. So let me know what you guys think about it. Honestly, I think a deal will go somewhere, maybe 3 or 4 teams. You might see Love in the deal. I know Cleveland need a wing. They might end up with a wing with Harris, and some couple picks. Minnesota end up with Ben Simmons. They send Beasley and Russell either to Cleveland or 76ers, and I think the 76ers, you might see a situation where Russell, Maxey in the backcourt, end up with Beasley, and it may work, may or may not work, who knows. But they desperate. And also they might trade Joel Embiid. He always injured. He always injured. So I always thought they should move on from Joel Embiid. and Ben Simmons, especially because Embiid got the injuries. But you know they're not gonna do that. You know, when you trade, you trade too late, he might not be worth nothing. But at the end of the day, he's a great talent, but he always getting tired. He always out of shape. He don't have no work ethic. He always fading. He got lower body injuries, foot injuries, knee injuries and shit. Then you know, you gotta trade those guys before it's too late. But it is what it is. You know, let me know what you guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App CJGood313, Venmo CJGood313, PayPal link in the description, Facebook group link there as well too. Want to make a financial donation? Financial donation, Cash App CJGood313, PayPal. Cash App CJGood313, Venmo CJGood313, PayPal link in the description. Find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Facebook group if you have an advertisement channel, business question, inquiry, response, video request. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Peace.